Welcome to the Ignorance is Strength podcast. I'm your host, Fabian motherfucking Ojeda, and I don't know shit, but that's okay. All right, let's get this shit started. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Ignorance is Strength podcast. Hope you all enjoyed episode number 59. The independent mouth, Anthony Williams, he spoke. He was not afraid to talk some shit. And, we'll hopefully either jump on his podcast or we'll have him back on here, talk a little more controversial stuff. But speaking of controversy, they're back. We've got the masters of something. Well, we got the shit show, the Drunken Knights of the Round Table back tonight after a hiatus. And let's just catch everybody up as to where they've been. First and foremost, he hasn't been away too long, but Whitey Alfred Villarino, who you might know from recently starting up his OnlyFans.
Right, I'm now married, so it's a joint effort.
He's, if you guys haven't seen it, he does incredible things with the popsicle, right? He'll give you a little teaser for free, but if you tip him a little bit, it's a little Spanish twist. He calls it La Paleta Completa.
Oh my God. There's a lot of thought involved in this.
Yeah. I've been writing his content, so
Oh my God.
Give him some love out there. And we've got Isaac, Potter, Chavez, Shapiro, or whatever we're still going by over here. He's been active. He's been at a lot of I don't want to call them rallies, but a lot of meetups, right?
Yeah.
Asking people not to spread them. He's also been volunteering for the Cute Kyle legal fund and really trying to get him off scot-free. How's that been, Potter?
Yeah, you can't see him right now, but he's holding up the OK sign.
I really like that you've been.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, I mean, you bought like every tiki torch at fucking at Party City,
Oh man.
And then last but not least, we've got Rafa Sosa Centeno. I think he's been in hiding from the people of India. You promised them a new podcast, never delivered.
Listen,
right?
People of India have enough in their hands right now.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They found out you were a nurse. They're like, Mr. Centeno, Rafa, can we have vaccine, please? We heard you're a nurse. And instead, they've been over there bathing in shit, hoping to avoid the pandemic that way. The COVID or whatever.
It's a method.
I was gonna say, as a nurse, do you approve of this whole bathing in shit method?
It's a method. I don't know if it's the correct method, but it's a method.
Yeah, I thought like literally like that's the definition of holy shit.
Holy shit snacks.
So how you guys been? I mean, I think we took what was supposed to be the most epic shit show, episode 50, and we kind of shit the bed with it. Lack of planning, lack of recording. We did meet up. That was one thing we did do. We did get to hang out in person for once. But
I'd say lack of recording was probably the biggest reason we didn't have a shit show.
yeah, that'll do it. But why
we had some good food and stuff, and we had fun.
Yeah, even though Whitey was a terrible host who didn't give me any fucking utensils, but we've already talked.
If I did give you utensils, we already talked about that, and even off air, we agreed or whatever. If I had given you utensils, there's a good percentage of a chance that you would not have used them anyway. So
I probably wouldn't. Yeah.
Whitey, you just gotta start carrying like a fork and knife and a napkin just like wrapped in your pocket. How you think you might meet Fabian? Just like, there you go.
You must redeem yourself.
How's everybody been since then? Since taking a hiatus?
I had another COVID scare at the shop, and pretty much all my employees just like stepped away for 2 weeks.
Yeesh.
And me and Macy pretty much just like said, yeah, we're not going to close down. So me and her busted our ass for the better part of like 2 weeks.
So it was
doing
just the
all the we're just doing like all the dogs. So what would have been like 30 dogs amongst 3 groomers was just 30 dogs amongst us. Like a zombie for 2 weeks, man.
Just all day long, foot up a dog's asshole. Boom, boom, boom.
What do you think they do in that shop?
All kinds of fun shit, apparently.
You got to put that on your OnlyFans. The dog show mixed with the paleta completa meal.
I think the rule is you can't do somebody else's OnlyFans though. So like I couldn't like videotape what Potter's doing at work.
That's true.
He'd have to start his own.
It's legal.
Onlypotter.com.
I wouldn't say I'd pay for that, but I'd definitely skim through it, you know.
It'd be a mix of conservative messaging and sexcapades and shit.
Anybody who's listening to this is going to start getting those like automatic ads now. Onlypotter.com. They're on the algorithm. It's been said too many times.
You're talking about onlypotter.com?
Yeah, no, I was talking about onlypotter.com.
The fastest growing foot up the dog's ass website.
Boom, boom, boom. Dude, you should make a website. You should make a website and we'll put just an animated GIF of like a foot up a dog's ass or whatever, like just going back and forth.
You sick fucks.
At the time of recording, Potter, you didn't have a chance to listen to the previous episode, but I think you'd like it. It was kind of conservative, so it's right up your alley. I might get you on with that guy at some point. Maybe you guys can discuss, your mutual admiration for Kyle. But have you guys listened to any of the episodes in your absence? I know Whitey has, but have you guys listened to any of the other episodes in the time you've been on break?
I'm up to date.
I think the last one I listened to was the Larry one, MMA.
Yeah.
That was really good. I like that one.
Uh-huh.
Considering, we kind of, rubbed shoulders with him when we were in high school and, he was with Matt. So that was pretty cool.
Potter?
The Larry episode was the last one I listened to. I'm caught up with all the episodes. Larry was pretty cool. Kind of interesting hearing all those like stories. What was it? He said something like Tito Ortiz like beat up one of his guys at a tournament match back in the day before he went pro.
So when he was coaching wrestling, Tito used to beat up on his wrestler. But also Tito's MMA debut, I believe, was in one of Larry's tournaments.
That's pretty. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. It was interesting hearing all these like early. Also, another tournament was Dan Henderson was one of the wrestlers his team faced.
Yeah,
that was cool. And then the episode before that, the guy that used to be the PE teacher would definitely like to hear more about that aspect and maybe try to how to fix the teaching system, because that shit was kind of sad and depressing. The kids
man.
like, if you guys didn't hear it, some girl pretty much like flunked out of like 3 years of PE, and she had to pass 1 year for PE. And then the last year she like got a doctor's note for more than half the year, showed up to like one class, and somehow she magically passed. More or less, right, Fabian?
Yeah, I mean, so that's kind of like the state of education right now, where something like PE is not as important, for whatever reason, and you could basically doctor note your way out of it, lawyer your way out of it, essentially. But that's a lot of stuff, man. Like in today's educational system, you can basically cry your way to graduation. And so even if you didn't complete some of the requirements, right, you can, say like, but I had an excuse here, and I don't think it's setting up kids for success, or it's not setting up our country for success. A lot of these kids are going to go into, careers where they're in control, they're the ones kind of taking over and making sure that that we're okay. And if we're gonna allow a lot of excuses to kind of run rampant, I don't think we're gonna be okay. But we'll see.
So that was another good one. And then I have to go a little bit further back. I think another one that I really liked was the guy that was writing the horror story movie / TV show. That was a good listen. I really liked that one.
Was it Clown Hotel?
Yeah. Mark Morales. Yeah.
I was getting a little bit lost and confused about the story that he was doing, but his whole story and like everything he's been doing once he like came up with like the pilot idea for it, like was like all this like luck's like landing in his lap, and just like it's growing and it's getting better.
I mean, dude, when somebody keeps throwing money at you, that's great, man. I'm like that. He really did luck out. Kind of like when Whitey and I had it nice for a little bit, and we kept getting money for our little band there. But you know, Whitey was a heartthrob and had to fucking go and ruin it with his sex appeal.
I had that long hair too, and just can't believe I had to cut it short.
She just wanted some of that Villarino sausage, dude, and all you had to do was just slip her some. Who knows what else he would have gotten?
Dang.
That Villarino, I'm so confused right now. Jesus Christ. I don't know how to respond to this, guys.
If you wanted a word play off of that, it would have been the Villarino chorizo.
The Villarino sausage. All right. You should put that in the comments for whatever. You know how you got your taglines for the show.
Villarino sausage.
Topics discussed today, the Villarino sausage.
There you go. But it was a short segment.
Micro even.
It was longer than some, so shut up. I hate you guys. I hate you guys.
It was an innie, not an outie.
So we got some things that have been topical over the the last few months that maybe we want to touch on. I don't know. No, I don't think we even touched on that damn insurrection when I think we had just missed it the last time we had a shit show, right?
Has it been that long?
I think so.
We did the recording like the weekend before.
I
can't believe it's been that long since January 6th. Yeah, fuck, man. Isaac, how far in did you get?
What?
How far in did you get?
Well, isn't he still dealing with that thing? Weren't you the guy?
Man, I haven't left the state, and
yeah, of course you haven't.
This pandemic.
Oh, you mean how far did he get into the insurrection? I was like, what are you asking him? How far in did you get?
You didn't get into the Capitol, man.
When he burst into the Capitol. Yeah.
Man, I didn't step foot in that Capitol. I didn't even step foot in DC.
Good, Isaac. Yes, deny the whole way. Perfect.
I think that's
track my cell phone.
Now make a counter accusation.
Check my cell phone.
Counter accusation.
Yeah. No, I was never in the Capitol. How do you know? Were you there too?
No. What you got to do, because what they do is they turn it around and say, "What about the pedophiles?"
It was Antifa.
Come on, Potter. We want to teach you to be a good conservative. Throw it around on a pedophile.
Just cabal. Pedophile.
Antifa.
The Tifa pedophiles, damn it.
Get them. It's a start. You need a little bit more anger there.
Yeah, we'll get you there.
But yeah, that was. I think that was the last time, because I remember we even did an update because of that old Armani Church guy or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Who by the way got fucking bombed out.
Dude, yeah. Someone is going to jail. It might take a while, but they'll find them.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're bound to be caught.
I think they showed a picture of like two individuals of interest. I don't think it's gone any further than that, but they got two people they're looking for.
You know what I'm gonna say though, and I think and Whitey, you might be out of the loop on this one because you weren't on the Instagram or whatever. But that group that was really kind of leading the charge against them online were a bunch of fucking idiots. like I forgot what the name was too, but
Keep them only friendly, I think it was.
Oh, yeah, we're still talking about that. Yeah, those guys are fucking morons.
They I mean, I get they were against the whole, the hate church or whatever. I agreed with that, right? We talked about it.
Totally.
But they kind of went overboard with all kinds
They
of
try to
shit.
like pivot. I don't even know if you want to try to say pivot. They were trying to like be super inclusive. Like, you are a part of this cause, therefore you're a part of all these causes. Because what do they call it? Not the alliance, but like the
LGBTQ plus community.
Yeah, and they're
You're not an ally.
Allies. They're allies.
Yeah.
You had to agree. You had to agree with all their little check marks, or else you're completely against us.
Yeah,
dude. But even then, look, if there were people out there that were supporting them, right, and they were making fun of that church leader guy, saying like, "Oh, he's just angry because he's got a tiny dick or whatever." And hey, if I'm supporting you, that's funny. We're making fun of this guy and his fucking micro mini dick, right?
Yes.
But that group was all like, well, no, you can't body shame people because there's, people transitioning that are ashamed of, their genitals. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, wait a minute, we're on your side here, jackass. It's like
it's like you've been a dude for a whole 5 minutes and you've already developed a fucking inferiority complex. Like, you're already self-conscious about your dick.
Give it a few years.
Yeah, motherfucker. Give it about 30.
Well, no, at 30,
club.
I think at 30 you just don't give a fuck anymore. You've just decided like, that's as good as it gets.
Hang on, let me slap it around a little bit. You see, it's not that small.
Yeah, just wait till maybe like, I don't know, 15 to 20.
15,
That's when you start to worry a little bit. But yeah, man, I was just like, I can't get on board with this shit, dude. Like they were so angry at everything, and even though they were standing up against bullshit, cause like that, I think they, in the long term, I couldn't support a group like that.
Yeah, man, I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. I even went to like show support, and I was totally for the cause of fuck hate speech, and I totally get it. Albeit support someone's First Amendment rights. You have the right to be an asshole and say whatever the fuck you want, but you don't have, the Constitution doesn't protect you from the repercussions of that. So I was totally for it, man. Let's stand up. Let's show these people that hate can't take root here. But they fucking went off the deep end, and I was like, nope.
Oh, and then they were really anti, like super anti-cop.
Super anti-cop.
Like,
why? You fucking morons.
And I understand, wanting to reform a few things here and there, but to the point where they were just against any cop, and I wasn't going to get on board with that.
Dismantle the police. They're hurting us. That's like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, pivoting off of that, right? And maybe we can get some of Whitey's opinion here because he doesn't know what we're talking about with the other stuff.
Yeah, fuck Whitey. What?
I don't know.
That sounds like hate speech. So
well, I did hear about that. I did kind of hear about that thing and the whole bombing and shit. And yeah, I think everyone has a right to individuality, and I always thought that's what was nice about this country. But it seems like recently or whatever, like everybody's pushing an opinion on you one way or the other. Whether it's like the news does it all the time, depending on what station you watch, it's a different opinion. But
it's the goddamn thought police, man. People are trying to control the way you think, by controlling your speech. It's like, go fuck yourself, man. You fucking, if you want to be a racist within the confines of your own head, then, you're a miserable piece of shit. But hey, that's your right.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going.
I just think like most sides are guilty of pushing an opinion on you, whether it's, if you're gay, straight, or if you're for it or against it, they're both pushing an opinion on you. I just wish we could just be individuals at this point and not
to the
have
point,
to worry about this stupid shit.
Check
we have
this
bigger
out.
Problems.
To the point you're mentioning that both sides are pushing an agenda. To the point where I heard recently that I forget which state it was, but it was a specific state that said they, aside from putting up the American flag in classrooms, they wanted to put the Black Lives Matter flag.
Oh, get the fuck out of here!
And the Pride flag.
What?
Up in the classrooms side by side.
Hey, they don't say the Pledge of Allegiance in school anymore, huh?
A lot of schools do not. No.
That's weird. That's like something you have to learn for like citizenship, isn't it? Or am I wrong?
You do have to learn it for.
Why are you looking at me?
Yeah, I was looking at you. There's four people on my screen, and I was specifically looking at you.
We made eye
I'm glad
contact.
you could feel my gaze.
Well, having been the only beaner on here that had to go through that process.
All I had to say was like, I jump out of airplanes and I shoot people in the face at 300 meters away.
I got in the easy way, all right? I was born here. That was my...
Hey, I feel for you. I've been having to go through the immigration process for like 2 years already. Yeah, like it's ridiculous to get somebody over into this country. I can't imagine what you're going through, that you have all these hurdles or whatever, because you were here for so long without even, having to worry about fixing it.
Yeah.
Like everything's fresh for us. We can get all this stuff, whatever. It's like, you've been here for how long? Like you would have to like really dig for some of this shit they're asking for.
Now you understand why he stole tots?
I'm sorry. I feel like I should go bring him some tots or whatever. I know he's like a nurse and doing well right now, but he could still probably use some tots.
There's this place called Leroy's in Monrovia. Just go ahead and pick me up some and bring them my way.
Oh my God, that's another tagline right there. Leroy's tots.
He would go home with all these tots and bring them to the family and be like, "Mira, papitas."
Uno para ti, mijo.
Maybe if you had some tots, your son wouldn't beat you up so bad. We were talking before the show, and he's like, he saw like a dent in his head. He's like, "Fuck, like, we're like the kid's getting you." While you're asleep. See, that's what happens when you work long hours. You don't wake up for shit when you're sleeping.
Yeah. What's going on there? Are you being beat by your child?
A couple leg drops here and there.
I mean, that might be. I don't know. He's white. I'm afraid to ask, or call the cops. I'll just assume it's me.
I know we're not a political show. I'm gonna look sideways real quick because we do always kind of get into it, right? We always do kind of get into it. So we got a good mix of, those of us that are kind of in the middle. I don't think anybody's too, super lefty. But
no, let's ask Isaac. Isaac, are we super lefty by your standards?
I am. No.
I felt the hesitation.
But I think
sorry about my internet's lagging a little bit slow here, and I'm catching in between here these jolts here. Sorry about that.
Yeah, but we've got a good mix here of opinions, right? Nobody's really got an allegiance to any politician right now, except maybe Potter, but he's keeping that secret.
He's very much in the closet.
But and I kind of want to start with Potter on this one. Biden's been in office for over 100 days now, right? So, but do you think he's done a good job, bad job, or hasn't really done anything one way or another in the first 100 days of presidency?
I would say probably not a great job. I think he could have handled some things a little bit better with things going up. And he got thrown everything at him as an economy that should have, started like hit the ground running, but I think he like slowed it down to a crawl, I think, with some of his policies. The vaccine was already rolling out. Everybody was getting all these shots before he even started getting in the office. So I think there should have been better initiative to get the economy going again once everybody got vaccinated. And I think they're just kind of stretching it out.
Anybody else want to hop on that one?
I'm not.
Well, gas prices right now, like we need to fix that shit or whatever. So if like he wants to succeed, I think we need to see them prices go down or whatever, because it's going to hit $4 something a gallon. It's kind of ridiculous at this point. All of a sudden we're having all this, these pipeline problems and stuff.
Yeah, but can you blame that on Biden though? They hacked the pipeline.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like they like come up with a solution or whatever. Like it's your job as the leader of the country.
I'm kind of ashamed
to
that
figure things out.
That they were able to hack the pipeline for that long and they couldn't fix it. They had to give into the demands. I thought that was kind of fucked up.
What demands did they give into? I don't know. No.
I think they paid a couple $1 million in cryptocurrency to whoever hijacked it.
That's bad.
The company did, not the U.S. government.
But if it helps, nobody knows what the fuck cryptocurrency is anyway. Go on.
Here's one thing. I think it was kind of messed up that they shut down the Keystone pipeline. I know there's a lot of controversy around that, but the idea about finishing that would have helped keep gas prices lower eventually in the long run. It would have kept jobs going during the pandemic. But they decided to shut it down. It seemed like the biggest reasons were just for the push towards green new energy. And I don't see why they couldn't finish it, keep that economy going right there from the jobs and the money that was coming in right there, and also keep going towards green new energy, which would take quite a long time for it to become even profitable because they haven't put nothing started yet, right? It's just all talk. So why shut down the construction on it? I think there was some oil spills on. Fuck, that sucks, but maybe you need to put more accountability on the people running the pipeline to make it more safe, more secure, so that way shit like that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I think to Whitey's point, there are some that will argue like, hey, the gas prices are you can never blame that on a president, or if it's good, you can't attribute that to a president, but Whitey, you're arguing that you should at least be.
Let's try to fix this. Yeah. As the head of the company or whatever, like we're getting fucked over here or whatever. Let's maybe ease something over this way for a little bit, because it's ridiculous to be thinking that. And I feel bad because we live in California. We get to pay extra tax and stuff. We're like $1 more expensive than everybody else. Like the national average is nowhere near what we're paying for gas right now.
Shit, I'm just glad I'm not driving as much because I'm fucking working from home, man. Because I just got that nice little truck, and I think with gas prices going up, I would probably have to give up, something, maybe a fucking arm or a leg or something. Maybe a healthy organ if I still have any. Just to kind of make do. But
maybe Potter can connect you to that dark web or whatever, and you guys can sell some organs you don't need. I mean, you got 2 kidneys.
Scale of 1 to 10. How much do you love your liver?
Right.
I've treated it well.
He's got 2 ears, 2 eyes. What else do you have to have, buddy?
2 kidneys, 2 lungs, 2 legs.
I think I've heard of somebody living with one lung. We can print you a lung now, right?
Isaac, off of that dark web where you learn how to print AR-15s, can you print out a lung?
Let me see. No, not yet.
Real quick to round out the 100 days conversation, just because hey, it's topical, and we'll get through this real quick. I do want to add that I do think that the vaccine rollout I thought was done well. I think so. Everybody who wants to get vaccinated was vaccinated. If you went through the lines like at the big ones like Cal State LA, which I went to, fucking FEMA and everything there, even though it was like a bunch of 18, 19-year-old kids, which is military kids, right? I told you guys like, what the fuck, man, this is so weird. But even though it was just a bunch of 18, 19-year-old FEMA kids, I thought it was well run, and to think that there were like hundreds and hundreds of those across the U.S. Just to see the way things worked in almost like a factory style, in and out type of thing. I thought that was pretty cool. And then the other point I wanted to make is that even though like I'm not back in person working at the school, but I think too there's been a good push to get the schools open. And to the point where a lot of them are back in person now. It's not perfect, but I do think that there's been significant progress and businesses are opening back up. I think we're in a good spot. Obviously not everything's perfect, right? But I think we are in a better spot than had we had the opposite side doing nothing like they were doing before.
Hey, how you breathing now after COVID anyway?
I am breathing like shit.
Really?
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe something else is wrong with me. I got to get checked out. But I mean, it's a combination. You know, obviously I'm not in the greatest shape, and then being at home, not doing shit, not getting out. You know, that's only been exacerbated. But I do feel that I don't know. Maybe there's long-term effects to having COVID, but I don't feel like my breathing is normal still. But who knows? I got to get that checked out.
Man, and you went the whole time without getting COVID, right, Sosa?
Yeah, no, I was pretty clear.
And you were in the thick of things, like,
well, shit, man. I put on my N95, I put on my iPro, and it was good to go. You know, put on the N95.
In case anyone didn't know, Sosa's the resident nurse here.
Potter, you didn't get COVID, right?
Not that I know of, but last late January, early February, I think I had a pretty nasty cold. I couldn't just kick. Just like I didn't have a high fever. It was just kind of like really bad congestion. Maybe it's a sore throat, but that was about it. I mean, I took some regular just Tylenol, and it made me feel better throughout the day. But it definitely
COVID, yeah.
Who knows? I mean, I feel like I've heard people have had it varying degrees about how severe it is, but that's about it. That's the only sickness I've had. But that that was late January.
The only reason I would believe it is because you're in an Asian household, but it doesn't sound like COVID.
Hey, freaking Sandy did come back from a trip to China and Malaysia just before that. So who knows? Maybe.
Could be. And then Whitey, you didn't have it, right? Or you did?
No, I never got it. Never got it. I was exposed. I had to get tests at work twice. Company paid for it. Kind of cool. Well, I guess not kind of cool that I had to go get fucking tested for a deadly disease, but it was cool the company paid for it. Woohoo. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, been an essential worker the whole time. I never got any time off or anything like the same boat as Sosa. Yeah. It's because I print for the pharmaceutical industry, quote end quote, as well as the recreational industry. So technically, cancer patients aren't getting weed or whatever. Like I'm essentially needed to supply them with it.
I want to jump onto something else, and I'm gonna put it out there and see how these other panelists feel, Whitey. But you got married, and it was a small affair, of which I was a part of, integral part. Had I not been there, you probably wouldn't have been married. But Sosa and Potter were unaware. They feel bad. Look at them. Yeah. Look at them. Look at their faces.
They weren't unaware. Your mother-in-law was there, and yeah, I gave you guys the info.
No wedding invite. No party invite.
I sent
bachelor party.
I sent them the info. Whitey.
Oh yeah, I didn't. To be fair, I didn't even get the invite to the bachelor party.
Drop the ball, Whitey.
I wasn't the best. I wasn't my best man. That's terrible. We gotta kill somebody.
Us of the opportunity to get you back for Potter getting spanked on that stripper stage.
No, you can blame, I guess, technically, and I really hate this Asian hate that's going on right now, but you can blame China for this whole thing.
Oof. Potter, I want to talk to you specifically because you've been waiting for somebody to get, really just beat up at a strip club since you had to have the belt that's still imprinted on your skin.
We're all gonna die with that fucking image in our head or whatever. Like, I'll never forget that. It's been how long or whatever? And like, Jesus, how long have you been married to Macy now?
Almost 10 years. It's gonna be.
There you go. Like, I'll never forget that. That'll forever be imprinted in my head what happened that evening.
Next year it's 10 years. It's 9 this year.
God damn.
It's a decade of fucking painful image in my brain.
And then Whitey has a perfect opportunity. We don't get to get him drunk and nearly dead and beat up by Mongols dancing with their daughters and shit in Vegas. We don't get to get him embarrassed at a strip club. You really shit the bed here, Whitey.
We have to do it. See, we're gonna have something in a year. In about the next year, we're gonna plan something that's big that, you know, when everybody's vaccinated and can get there. There's a lot of my family and her family that just can't be here right now. Unfortunately, it's the way things worked out. We had money for we have money for a wedding right now, but we didn't want to waste it during COVID and stuff when you can't do anything, you know. So it's
gonna be like that, huh?
That's what I want to say. Mm-hmm. You know what, Whitey? I would like you to just listen to these two heartbroken men because they looked forward to this moment for years.
Wait! Everyone, hold on, Fabian.
In the great words of your mother, you have really disappointed us, young man. Very much so.
Yeah, you got to play some sad music right now so they can both vent.
I'll edit it in post. Anything else you want to?
Go on, Potter. Tell us how hurt you were.
You know, I got this brand new studded belt, and I was just waiting.
He was waiting. Like, when they were gonna come for that belt, he was gonna run up on stage and hand it to them.
I got this belt buckle from the Broken Horn. You know what that's at, Whitey?
The Broken Horn.
That sounds painful.
That's the place that sells all like the rodeo stuff and gear. So it's this big ass fucking belt buckle right there. So it's beautiful welt. It's gonna leave. Beautiful.
I've got a question about that, Potter. Did you buy that specifically for the bachelor party? Because that sounds kind of odd that you would want that belt otherwise.
Also very specific.
It was
very specific. I've never
party. I mean, where else are you gonna get a belt buckle that's 5 inches in diameter?
How would you know where this? What did he call it? The Hungry Undie, or no? The Broken Horn. That's what he said.
Hungry
Undie.
I don't know.
Whitey. What are you looking up over there, man?
I'm telling you, he's got that OnlyFans going on, and he's been learning.
It's the same, Potter. We can make some money, buddy.
Is that it doesn't even on your shelf?
It doesn't even have. Listen,
everybody froze. I don't know what happened.
It doesn't even have to be popsicles. It could be like a Kit Kat bar, and you just break off like a piece slowly every time.
And you insert them into your anus.
Whoa!
I mean, I never said that. Yeah. Whoa! What are you talking, dude? We're just talking candy here.
La paleta completa comes.
Yeah, everybody wants like paleta completa right there.
We're just talking about candy. You're the one who brought anuses into this whole thing.
You just said it right now.
Why does every show that we're on have to contain buttholes? Like, that's gotta go. You should just put that into tagline again. Buttholes.
It's a prerequisite of the show.
We'll have to meet a certain quota.
That's why I had 2 OnlyFans and 1 Pornhub show.
So, oh my God, there was so much coin in those shows.
So much coin, yeah. How much coin have you been making, Whitey?
Right? I don't know, but I am the friend that says whatever all the time. Oh my God.
Did you guys listen to that or no?
Yeah, I listened to those episodes. It was whatever.
Or whatever.
I know Whitey listened because he didn't like the coin.
Yeah, she said it an awful lot. I mean,
that episode. Yes.
And there was a follow-up too where she has now moved into Pornhub.
Just move
right along. I have not listened to episode 2 of that.
Fabian, you're what do you call it? You're a vessel or vehicle to the next level. You see that? You connected her to whatever.
Dude, she's gotten so popular in the Pornhub. She's like, you jump from like 10,000 10,000th place to like almost 3,000th place. I mean, that's a huge deal right there. I mean, I don't know much about it because I've never explored it too well. I don't know, Potter. You probably seem more familiar with Pornhub. What number is a good rank?
I have no fucking clue.
Don't you fucking lie.
But
fuck, from 10,000 to 3,000 sounds pretty good if she's beating all those other bitches.
Yeah. But also, I think it's interesting because a lot of people want to hear about that stuff. I would want to hear about, like the behind the scenes kind of stuff. No, you guys are like, no, I just want to see them fuck.
I can't get past the second page at any time, so I'm okay.
That's all. It does it right there with the suggestions already on the first page for you.
Well, good enough.
The good pills for that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what you like.
Yeah.
I think
anything on the first page is good.
I think we got to get paleta completa fucking on the Pornhub and really trending on Twitter and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
what is the paleta completa treatment? What do you do with that popsicle?
Oh my god.
What doesn't he do?
Right. The correct answer is you'll have to tune in to find out.
There you go. That's right. Make that coin.
Beautiful.
Got to make some coin.
For $5, you'll find out.
We need to start one of those GoFundMe's, man. They make so much money. That's the new ticket. Fuck OnlyFans, dude. Go fund me right now. Me. You can go fund me it. Fabian, make it happen.
So I'm
just be like my friend, and you should just be honest about it. I bet you if you made a GoFundMe page for me that said, "Look, I'm just lazy or whatever, and I don't want to work. I want you to support me right now. Like, please, just let me live this dream."
Dude, I've seen those before. I've seen one of those before.
Yeah.
No joke.
I don't have a terminal fucking illness. I'm not disabled. I'm just a lazy piece of shit.
Let's be real. And if it goes over the amount or whatever, I'm not going to close it down.
Well, I'm saying it pisses me off because I've seen one like that before, but it was worded like, "Oh, I just want to travel while I'm young and blah 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 before it's too late." And it was a girl, right? And I'm thinking to myself, like, how is this shit allowed to be up, right? It didn't break any of the rules apparently. But I remember when I was trying to do the GoFundMe for my brother for his funeral, GoFundMe almost shut me down. They're like, "Oh, well, you didn't explain how you're going to get the money, to your cause," kind of thing. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, you got people out here being scumbags, right? And me trying to use it for a legitimate reason, and it wasn't even for that much money. I'm like, what the fuck, man? So even things like that can be a disappointment.
Didn't the title literally say for like your brother's funeral services?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, and they actually froze the transactions, so I couldn't what do you call it, get any more deposited into my account because they were concerned that I was taking money and not delivering it for its intended cause. I'm like, motherfucker. So that's the last time I used that piece of shit website. They can kiss my ass. Yeah.
Well, there you go. I'm glad I brought it up.
That was a downer right there.
Let's change topics after that one. I feel like we're gonna have some legal action after this podcast.
Oh man. Well, anyway, you guys change it up. I'm gonna sit here and do a little bit.
I wanted to ask them about ghosts, man, because we've been talking about ghosts a couple podcasts now where, I had a story and then like Roy was talking about a story where like it grabbed his feet or something like that. And anyway, you got to go back and listen to that shit. But do you guys have any ghost stories? Like anything happened to you or kind of weird or like directly to you that's like paranormal or anything?
Isaac?
No, I don't have any personal ghost stories. I think Macy maybe claimed that she saw her grandmother in a dream, but somebody pushed her down her stairs when she was younger.
Stairs?
Yeah, when she was younger. I think back when she was at the Almani house. But no, nothing for me. You, Sos?
Nothing that I can confirm. I mean, there was something creepy that happened to me, but I don't know. It could have been sleep paralysis. It could have been I don't know, man. I was
share it.
Right? Were you in the woods with Potter at the time?
Where did Potter touch you?
And Gonka or whatever her name was.
Oh, God.
Dude, I thought it was Robin Williams coming out of the wood line. I was like, motherfucker, you're alive. Wait, is that Isaac?
What year is it?
Time is different in the bush.
Time is different in the bush. That should, while you're doing your ignorance to strength intro, you should add that time is different in the bush. And I don't know shit. Time is different in the bush. And then the podcast starts. I love it.
But what's your story there?
God damn it. All right, fine. Let's see. Okay, so so this might have happened less than 5 years ago, right? My son wasn't born yet, and my wife and I went to go visit one of her cousins. And this cousin, she has 2 kids, right? Older cousin. 5 years ago, we weren't that much older than we are now. And she's like, oh yeah, you could sleep in my boy's room. He never sleeps in there. He always sleeps in my bed. He doesn't like sleeping in his room. And we're like, well, fuck, man, there's a free bed there. Let's go to sleep. And no, we did not bang in the little boy's room because that'd be weird, But
that would be weird, yeah.
Yeah. But we went to sleep. And the next day, like early in the morning, right? I'm waking up. And I'm waking up, and those times when you're kind of opening your eyes and your eyes aren't focused yet on anything. It's just kind of blurry. And I mean, you could see shapes, right? You could see shades and shapes. And I'm waking up, I'm opening my eyes very slowly. And as I'm opening my eyes, and I'm seeing these shapes and these, like colors of the wall, the table, and the computer screen, I see this outline of a person, right? Like a silhouette. And I could see the head, I could see the shoulders, and it's standing over my wife and I. Like I could reach out and touch it if I wanted to. You know what I mean? It was that close. It was within arm's reach. Just imagine you're waking up and somebody's like just looking at you, like it. And I open my eyes and I see this silhouette looking right at us, and I don't blink. I don't look away. I don't freak out, but I just keep staring right back at it. Because I'm trying. Like, there's a couple of things that are going on in my head. It's like, okay, what the fuck am I looking at? And oh yeah, it's just gonna, my vision's finally gonna focus, and I'm gonna realize that it's, a coat in the background, or something, right? My vision's gonna focus, and I'm gonna see it's like a fucking coat with a hat on it and a jacket, So I was like just staring into it, waiting for my eyes to focus, and like everything around it started focusing except this silhouette. And it was just looking at me, like straight at me. And I was, looking right back at it, waiting for my vision to focus. And then after a few minutes, not minutes, what seemed like minutes, but I'm sure it was just a couple of seconds, like of me making eye contact with this fucking thing, I finally realized like my eyes are focused and this thing is still looking at me. Right. And so at that point, my idea of the paranormal, if there is such a thing, is that, if there's a ghost or something, and the best thing they could do is to scare you, like that's what you've reached beyond life, is like, oh, your goal is to scare somebody. Now go fuck yourself. I got better things to do. You're either going to fucking possess me, kick my ass, or kill me. But you're not going to fucking scare me because that's a bitch move. Like, that's what you died for, to come back and scare people. What a bitch. That's a bitch move, Santa. So
I think there's like more underlying things involved here after talking to him for a couple minutes. Fuck you, Santa.
And I'm staring at this thing, it's staring back at me, and I realize that it's not going away. So I kind of like put my arm over my wife, and fucking I've been to fucking war, man. What the fuck's a fucking ghost gonna do with me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
If you kill me, you better fucking have your shit on lock, because I'm coming after you, motherfucker. So I didn't blink. I put my arm over my wife and I leaned into it, and like I got up, not like the Undertaker, but I I lunged forward a little bit, and as soon as I did, it like dissipated. And I was half asleep. It could have easily been like a coat in the background. I don't know. I'll chalk it off to I don't know.
You had glaucoma. Everything else is fine, but just in that little spot in your eyes, it was it's like eye boogers,
It was just a taste of what's to come.
Maybe, fuck it.
Well, that's an interesting one, yeah, because I've had a lot of sleep paralysis stuff before, but like I said, growing up, I think I mentioned with Whitey's most recent episode, growing up poor, you kind of just ask your brother, hey, some weird shit going on when I was sleeping? No, shut up. I never had my own room or anything,
Yeah.
So I would be able to tell right away, if I felt like something weird and sleep paralysis and I wake up and ask my brother, like, was I doing anything? No, stupid, so whatever, man. Maybe the paranormal just doesn't like me. I've been waiting, but I mean, I can kind of relate to that. Whitey and his balloon man, we talked about that.
Yeah.
Potter, you really never had anything? What's that behind you right now?
A broom?
Oh.
Sure.
Right. You've never had
no.
Who's the man holding the broom?
Like the ghost of Robert E. Lee come to you and be like, we got to take this country back, Isaac.
Don't let him take my statue.
You're gonna let these brown people, these black people,
these ethnics
rise up. Oh God, you married what? You married what?
No, Mr. Lee, she's a model citizen. No.
No, I think I have zero interactions with anything paranormal.
Well, that's the end of that episode, guys. No,
thanks, Potter.
Way to be a piece of shit, Potter.
They're just gonna give us some like Scooby-Doo mystery type story or something like that. Me and my cousins were down at the lake.
That's what I thought, man. I thought Potter, you would have the most because you had access to like camping and fucking sleepaway camps. I don't know, fucking marshmallows
I've
roasting
only
over
gone camping
fire.
twice in my childhood.
Really?
Huh.
Sleepaway camps? No.
You had these sleepovers?
The only time you had sleepaway camps when we went to wrestling camp?
Pretty much. Like that was about it.
I feel like we socialized Potter somehow.
Destroying your world.
Like some sort of animal or whatever, like we socialized him with the others.
Like they let him out of his room.
Like when we got him, he was like the abused puppy or whatever, like that.
He was a little sheltered.
Like he would have been like the dog of a hoarder, say. Like and we had to feel like it was partly my job to socialize Potter. And
you started getting you got the ball rolling, Whitey.
He kept taking shits and pisses in random spots in the fucking living room and some newspaper or what?
Why did he come to you? He's like,
like Potter, put your fucking vest on. We're going to the park.
Oh, really? That sounds great. Can I grab a stick?
Go get my keys.
True.
Go get my keys.
We did teach Potter how to cuss. That's true.
Oh yeah, he really didn't cuss before he got to. Then it took a while, but man, when he got going,
he didn't stop.
And then the racial slurs came out later, and we were like, "Whoa!"
That's when we kind of had to be concerned, you know.
Yeah. You could see the beginnings of what was to come.
I was concerned when I read the manifesto.
Oh yeah.
Well, I have no manifestos. Thank you very much.
Well, then he pulled out this little baseball bat. I don't want to repeat what he called it, but it ended in Peter. That was a time of good.
Oh my favorite part. My favorite part of the shit shows is how we slowly ruin Potter shit show after shit show after shit show. And it always starts out good too. It's always a good thing, and then like Potter's defeated by the end of every episode.
I think that joke hit so well. Somebody farted, man.
Oh, that's great.
Oof. All right.
This makes for a good listen while you're at work or on the ride somewhere.
It literally almost became the shit show because somebody farted a good one right now.
Oh man.
Whitey, that wasn't you?
That wasn't me.
Oh fuck. I hope it wasn't involuntary over here.
We are getting old. Sometimes, you let one
smell
rip
anything?
and they just fall out at this point.
Well, these days, there's no number one, number two.
I don't think that has anything to do with age there, Mr. Villarino. It might have to do something with your paleta completa. They're just falling out willy-nilly like that.
Yeah, at least I know I gained 3 new fans today.
A lot of coin.
That's a lot of coin.
Yeah.
I feel like I charge you guys 99 cents a month or something. Got my own streaming service.
I say, but these days, control is tough. It's there's no more number one, number two. You automatically just default to sitting down for a number 3 because you never know.
So you can't put too much confidence in a fart.
No, absolutely not. So Whitey had his little co-host moment here. I know Sosa wanted to bring up some topics you brought up earlier.
I'm sorry,
Sosa.
I don't remember.
You had some stuff you wanted to throw out there from a video or something, right?
Oh, dude. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. It's been a long fucking day at work. I'm exhausted. I can't remember the video anymore.
It wasn't Whitey's video though.
Not this time, no.
He's all upset. Nobody can see it. He's like, oh. I love it.
Those one guys, they talked real quick about the January 9th committee that didn't happen. Those people got
January
frozen.
6th committee. China. I like how you try to throw out that curveball like as if it didn't happen. The January 9th committee.
9th? 6th?
Don't act like you don't know where you were.
I got fucking dude. I don't even know what day it is.
I like the interrogation tactics too. I heard a murderer get interrogated, and that's exactly what he asked him. He's like, I would have known where I was if I went to this place on this day or whatever. Like, Potter, you know where you were.
Why did you do that in a jive talk voice, Whitey?
A jive talk voice? What is a jive talk voice? Let's listen to this. What is a jive talk voice?
You kind of did it like that cartoon chicken. I say. Yeah.
Foghorn Leghorn?
Yeah. Why are you jive talking?
Wow. I say boy.
Wow.
Oh man. I didn't say it. Looney Tunes said it. It's cool.
Well, we're gonna have to cancel Looney Tunes now, damn it.
No, yep, it's gone.
They got rid of the skunk already, dude.
Oh, you know what? That skunk was kind of rapey since we were kids, man.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that though? To kind of get rid of Pepe Le Pew?
I don't know if I agree getting rid of him. I can definitely call out sexual harassment when I see it, and that dude was fucking touching girls that didn't want to get touched.
That was love.
He was a skunk.
Now,
he thought he met another skunk, and he was just trying to get some love.
It was a cat.
He was trying to woo her.
I heard Yosemite
but
Sam.
At the same time, they're also trying to ban Speedy Gonzalez.
No. Well, I think they already banned the guns for Fudd and Yosemite Sam.
Yeah.
Like they can't have guns no more.
Scythe instead for Elmer Fudd. I don't know about
Yeah, so let's fucking cut people's heads off or something.
What's his name? He's got the long mustache and he shoots the two guns.
Yosemite Sam.
Sam. Yeah.
Does he still have his guns, or they got rid of those too?
No, I'm pretty sure he can't have guns no more. Like they made them not what they were.
Yeah, so Elmer Fudd has a scythe now, and I don't know what's the status of Speedy Gonzalez.
Speedy Gonzalez is going to be in the. This is where it all stems from, right? Pepe Le Pew and Speedy Gonzalez were going to be in the new Space Jam movie with LeBron James, and they had a stupid scene apparently that they just got rid of, which I kind of agree with because it was stupid. Where Pepe Le Pew is at like a bar or something with LeBron James, trying to pick up on girls, and the scene is about LeBron James' son. I'm like, hey man, that's not consensual, or like he's trying to teach him about consent, right? Which would have been funny.
Yeah,
right?
I like
and it would have been topical, right? But they just decided to cut the scene out completely, and so I think that's what they meant by they deleted him or they canceled him or whatever. So it wasn't as big a deal. I think people are just making it out to be a bigger deal than it is. But they wanted to get rid of Speedy Gonzalez, saying that he's too much of a caricature of Mexican people, and that it's offensive. And I don't know any Mexican person that's ever been offended by Speedy Gonzalez, right? And so the person playing Speedy Gonzalez this time around is Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias, the comedian.
Oh, what?
And so he got ahead of it, and he told people like, don't cancel me. I'm not offended by this. I'm Mexican. He wanted to be in Space Jam, and so it's essentially if you canceled him, you'd be taking away work from a Mexican guy,
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any damn sense. But I do think sometimes it's just too much, man. Like, let cartoons be cartoons,
I think that his cousin was the stereotype, though. The fucking the drunk cousin. Like this, nobody remember the drunk cousin.
Slowpoke Rodriguez.
Slowpoke Rodriguez.
Yeah, he goes. I think it's okay. It's not a big deal. He talked in that little slow.
Gonzalez.
We always loved that guy though, because he always fucked up the cat or whatever. He just go and fuck up the cat. I don't know. Yeah, all day long, foot up a cat's ass. Boom, boom, boom.
He always thought he was going to get his ass beat, but he always beat up the animals. Yeah. But I mean, our resident wetback, Sosa.
Oh
my gosh.
Are you offended by Speedy Gonzalez?
I don't think I'm offended by him. No, not really. I mean, it's a fucking cartoon,
Can we really trust somebody whose slogan is "Fuck Santa Claus"?
Yes.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you?
I don't know. For Santa.
Maybe that Slowpoke Rodriguez might be a different story, but Speedy Gonzalez is all right.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think, Potter? Coming from the right,
it's part of our culture. There's people nowadays that are like Fluffy said, like, hey, he's not offended by this. It is what it is, man. Like, I think, fuck, I don't even know how to explain it, man. But if anything, the most you could see about it is that it's a character that's supposed to be Mexican, and if they get rid of that, then they won't have a character that's Mexican. So then there won't be any Mexican character. So by canceling Speedy Gonzalez, you're canceling out a Mexican character.
Okay, time out. I want to kind of maybe pivot to something else. Have you guys ever watched Peter Pan?
Yes.
Do you guys remember Peter Pan? Remember the movie?
Real quick, I just watched that the other day, and it wasn't. I think it's not available on the child version of Disney Plus. It's only available on the adult version of Disney Plus.
God damn it.
Before it plays, you get a warning content about racist stereotypes. Is that what you're leaning at, Sosa?
Yeah.
Go for it.
What was the racist stereotype?
Oh,
dude, it's wow.
I'm gonna let Sosa start
Isaac.
first, and I'll jump in if I got any little points.
There's you remember the Indians?
Oh yeah.
What makes a red man red? Da, 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 da. They all start singing that. What
Right,
makes
yeah.
the red man red? Every single fucking stereotype you could think of, it's there.
Before that song, there was like, "Let's go fight the Indians."
Oh man.
They didn't say Indians, they said Injuns.
Injuns.
We're gonna go fight the Injuns, the Injuns.
There's a lot of fucked up stuff in Disney movies. I was just thinking.
All right, look. Here's the thing. Right? I watched that several times as a kid. I don't remember that shit. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it affects people as much as you think it does because.
Here's something. Pinocchio. Do you remember the story of Pinocchio or whatever? Like he gets eaten by the whale. Then he goes to that the island of Pleasure Island, and he's smoking cigarettes and they're playing pool and shit. And all these kids are getting turned into donkeys or whatever. And like this donkey's like, "Where's my mom?" or whatever. Like, and it's just getting turned into a donkey and shipped off and like, "Shut up" or whatever. And they're thrown in like a train cart or something. Mm-hmm. Like that whole fucking child trafficking ring never gets busted up through that entire movie. We're just worried about this fucking wooden puppet or whatever getting back to his fucking puppet master.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, man.
I mean, yeah, there was probably some fucked up stuff in those old movies and cartoons and whatnot, but you could also use it as a teaching opportunity later. Like, hey, this is what it used to be, right? I don't think just cutting it out right completely is, necessary.
You used to just be able to kidnap kids left and right or whatever. Like, it was no problem. Like, Jesus Christ.
I also watched another Disney movie the other day. It was The Ugly Dachshund. It's a live action movie about a Great Dane that got raised by some dachshund puppies.
Never heard of it.
It's like a ugly duckling story, and it's a whatever. It's from like the 1970s, maybe the 60s. I don't know. It's barely color. Okay. And the movie started and it had that warning symbol. I'm like, what the hell's that? Like, why the hell would this movie have like a warning sign about like racist undertones? And then all the cast names of the characters were popping up and it said like Mr. Toriyama. I'm like, there it is. That's what it is. And they portrayed some Japanese Americans. And they're like, "Hello, very nice to meet you. Number one grandson from the old country." And then they kept saying Ryan for the Great Dane. Ryan, watch out, Ryan. Mm. I'm like, oh my God. That's why they have that warning. Like, seriously?
Yeah, that makes sense now. Yeah. I can see that now. Yeah, no, that wasn't cool.
Stop Asian hate. You know what I don't get though? They mix the whole stop Asian hate with Pacific Islanders, right? I don't think anybody's hating on Pacific Islanders right now.
What people are failing to realize is they're just beating up old people. Like,
yeah,
like we're just beating up old people at this point. Fucking idiots, man.
They're beating up a lot of the Asian hate things that are popping up seem to be happening by a lot more people, African Americans, than anything else, or homeless people.
Oh, okay. We'll pivot there.
No.
I'm sorry, you kind of glitched there. I didn't hear any of that.
So wait, what's wrong with homeless people, Potter?
No,
the floor is yours, my friend.
I want to get back to the black people, Potter. What do we say?
That they, anytime they show a video of Asian people getting beat up for Asian hate, it seems to be more of some African Americans doing it or some homeless people.
Did you see the one in South Almani in the Arco there?
No.
With the Asian driver that was like an Uber or not Uber, Lyft driver or whatever.
The dude that got pistol whipped.
Yeah. What color was he, Potter?
I believe that was Latino.
What or white or something? Yeah.
Possibly. grainy video. Couldn't tell you.
Can't see shit, man.
It's all light.
A shovel.
Free shipping with everywhere.
What was that, Whitey?
I don't
It's a
know.
shovel for Potter.
Oh, to bury himself?
Digging his own hole.
I think Potter. We'll move on, sir.
Please. I am no longer comfortable with this.
We'll talk about that one after recording stops. Yeah, I mean, yeesh. But yeah, as far as like the whole Stop Asian Hate thing, I just wanted to make a stupid joke. Like they mix in Stop Asian and Pacific Islander hate. I'm like, I don't think anyone's beating up those Samoans out there. It just seems to be a bunch of old Asian people they're picking it on.
Yeah.
So when you say Asian and Pacific Islander hate, Pacific Islanders ain't getting no hate right now.
What would you consider Filipinos, though?
They actually identify more as Asian from the ones that I've talked to. I actually asked that question a lot, believe it or not. Anytime I have like a new even I've asked all kinds of people, coworkers, students, people like that are Filipino. Like, do you consider yourself more Pacific Islander or Asian? And a lot of times they say Asian. I mean, it makes sense. They're right there in the thick of it. They're right. It's an island. Directly. What do you call it?
Southeast.
South. Yeah, pretty much almost directly south of Asia. If you're looking at like Hawaii and Samoa, it's a little bit further.
Mm-hmm.
So it would make sense that they identify more as Asian. But me, I ask those stupid, pesky questions for no reason. I'll ask a random Filipino person, "Hey, are you Pacific Islander and Asian?" But I have asked that question a lot of times, and I think they mostly consider themselves Asian.
Okay, fair question. I don't know. Not educated in this matter.
Hey, Sosa, are you Pacific Islander or Asian?
So now we know who the stoned guy is.
Did you get the
Whitey?
crickets?
Whitey, how many bowls are you in? How many bowls?
Anything?
How many blunts?
How many blunts? Who smokes blunts?
I said bowls first, and you didn't reply, so then I changed it to blunts.
What is it? I don't smoke bowls or blunts.
No, you gotta do that song from Jay and Silent Bob, Whitey.
Smoking weed, rolling fatty, smoking blunts. Who smokes the blunt, Potter?
We smoke the blunts.
Rolling fatty.
Yeah, I don't know the lingo either, so I'm lost there.
I don't know. Potter apparently knows though.
Didn't
I am
fucking
the
Alan
click
always
commander.
sing that song? You guys remember Alan Mork?
Oh yeah.
He'd always sing that fucking song. Who smokes the blunts? We smoke the blunts.
Fucking Alan. That guy was funny.
It was fucking hilarious.
Real quick surprise. I was supposed to have fucking Matt on here for you guys today.
What?
No fucking way. You actually got a hold of him?
Yeah, man. I'll tell it right now. Listen, when I put Larry's episode out there, Matt reached out in his super secret. I won't say what it was on, but it's super secret form of communication. So I was supposed to get a hold of him tonight, but I didn't. But he does want to be on the podcast in some form, so we're gonna bring him on at some point. But I was telling you guys, man, I was hoping to have a surprise for you, but it didn't pan out. But that would have been fun.
I feel like we've been looking for him. Well, mostly you've been looking for him since February of 2018, maybe even 17.
Well, throughout the podcast, it's been a theme like, where's Matt? Let's find Matt. Let's put him on the...
I mean, that's true. I remember we had this conversation like, where the fuck's Matt? What's he been up to when we were going up to a CIF finals or whatever up at Bakersfield?
Uh-huh. So he is listening. And so I think we'll have him on sooner or later. There's a lot of stories there that we can really kind of dig into.
Maybe it can be a couple episodes. Fabian, you just interviewing him. The rise and fall of Matt.
The Matt legacy.
I'd watch that shit.
The various children that Matt produces.
I mean, that's an episode right there by itself, probably.
23 and Matt.
What is this, a fucking Maury show?
Oh,
You are the father.
23 times in a row. It turns out that all those women who didn't know who the father was on the Maury show, they were all tied to Matt.
Those are the best ones when they're like, you are not the father, and then the woman just runs off, just like, I swear it's him this time. You are not the father.
Ay.
Maury was the father every time.
And he took that old, I remember watching those, and I would love it because, just like Potter said, the demographic was mostly African American.
I never said that. That's your word.
No, you were saying that in the previous segment.
Oh, I guess.
just like that, all nervous. But when it was on the Maury show, you would get like the guy celebrating afterwards, and his hype man would be throwing a towel around and everything, and be like, "You are not the father." And so they start doing little break dance and shit. And, it would be hilarious because it was so happy to not be the father.
Beautiful.
Racism.
Like you could go to Maury for that. Jerry Springer is mostly like white trashy people.
That was a fun show, Jerry Springer, watching people fight.
Yeah.
It's like that's how I learned how to defend myself in elementary school.
That's true.
Oh my God.
mean, he didn't have wrestling back then.
Not at all.
Yeah, Jerry Springer.
Got to learn somewhere, guys.
Except it was really weird when Whitey would be like, "You slept with him too?" Mm-hmm.
That's how it started. That's how you knew shit was going down, is when I'd say that.
Mm-hmm.
He promised me he'd move me into that double wide.
It's like Bobby Hill and the purse.
That's my purse.
I don't know you.
But anything else you guys want to throw out there for this shit show? We've been on for quite a bit.
I love
yeah. I'm just happy we got back together again. It's been a while.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
We're all mostly vaccinated fully. I guess I'm the odd man out here. We got one more shot to go.
How long do you have to wait till you get it?
I don't. I need to get it. I'm due.
You're due?
I am due.
He's late.
I'm a little late.
Go.
I'm a little
When
late.
they told you to go back.
Saludos paletas. Yeah.
No, I'm just a couple days past due. We're good.
He's been spotting for a while.
No, trust me, I want to get the shot. Like, no sense in getting one and not getting the other.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm already in it to win it.
Now, Whitey, real quick, how's Wedded Bliss?
It is. I'm still getting into the other mode because we just got through with the wedding and stuff, and you guys know how that goes. And it's a lot of shit to plan, and I've had a lot of work on top of that. So I mean, in between everything, like I'm like you, I've just been overworking and stuff. So we will start relaxing now, and things will start getting normal. So I'll be happy when that gets going. But yeah, making it work with somebody from Canada.
Based off of your white genes, have you turned into the angry husband yet? Where you're like, "Damn it, where's my dinner?"
Oh yeah, where is my dinner? Let me go. Right, she comes out of the other room in her fucking robe or whatever. She's like, "Get your own goddamn dinner." Has
it gotten to the Redneck Theater yet or no?
No. Everything's working out good. She's really nice. No complaints. She's listening.
They always are.
Potter, anything else you want to throw out there that's not racist or hurtful?
You can't think of anything. I love it. Crickets.
We really see where your mind's at. Of course, that's a difficult task for you, but it's okay.
I wish there were some better topics we can talk about.
Dude, I totally blanked on that fucking video. I wanted to bring up a couple of subjects from it, but yeah, been a long day.
There was those people that were doing that Chinese marathon that like fucking died because the weather changed.
No.
I said not hurtful.
Real quick.
Or racial.
The whole COVID virus. Do you guys think it came from a lab?
I think it's possible.
I think it definitely came from that lab.
I have no idea because I haven't been following any of that, but I don't know.
Think, Sos?
I think it's a possibility. I think you have to do your due diligence and investigate every avenue of possibility. And I'd say there's a good probability, it's feasible, it's plausible that it came from a virology lab in the same city where the outbreak happened, where they were conducting research on coronaviruses and how easily they could spread to, human hosts. That's not beyond the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
I've listened to some other podcasts and or YouTube videos, and they said that they've been having some safety violations in a couple of those labs that are over there too.
Yeah.
Prior to the outbreak.
Yeah, I heard that too. But yeah, no, man, I think it's a possibility. It's
that
plausible.
one. You send us that link for that one Joe Rogan episode, and what was that guy's name? It was like, anyways, he was a news reporter that stays down in DC, and he I knew a lot about what he was already talking about, but I did not know that when he said that Fauci was giving money to this one organization that gave money to the Wuhan Institute for doing the research. That was crazy.
Dun, dun, dun. Here's another one. What do you guys think about all those UFO sightings?
That's crazy. That's
right.
Nuts. Yeah.
Right.
There's no logical explanation for those. Like,
there isn't. They're just out there.
But we just don't know what they are. They could be just about anything, really.
Things that defy our understanding of physics.
Mm-hmm.
We could have stuff top secret that defies our physics right now, I think. I mean, I don't know. They're discovering a lot of stuff in quantum physics right now, like how particles can be, on or off at the same time.
You're talking about a whole energy system that is beyond our realm of understanding. Like this thing flies and it doesn't have any exhaust, any propulsion, anything that we understand. It's like bending gravity.
I saw a post the other day, and it said something like, "Can you believe it that our shit is so fucked up right now that the government pretty much admitted to aliens and nobody even fucking bat an eye about it."
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that like people are seeing these with the naked eye, it's pretty fucking impressive. Like, yeah, no, we're seeing these things out there, and we don't know how they're flying or whatever.
I welcome them. Bring tacos. Let's get
alien tacos.
Let's get some conversations going. I want to see what's up.
We can make some coin off those alien tacos, buddy. I could probably eat some on my account. We can make even more alien tacos. Wow.
Wait, alien tacos or bring tacos to the aliens?
Both? Why not?
No, wow. If we bring tacos to aliens, we should just videotape that. Even if we don't give them to them, we can videotape the journey. Give tacos to aliens.
They just obliterate Whitey.
We're taking this one back with us.
Fabian's like, we're leaving the tacos for you guys, but we're out of here.
You could take Whitey, do all kinds of sexual experiments with them. Hey, Whitey, show him the paleta completa.
That's a hit right there, man. We need a T-shirt, or why do you need to print out, this weird sex act in your little printing device?
Your little printing device. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You just painted a picture. That's great. This is like theater of the mind and stuff.
It'll be you there, kind of like all tensed up with a paleta up your butthole.
Wow. I swear to God, every podcast buttholes. You have to come up at least
well, you
5
like
times.
you like Mexican paletas, right?
No, they just like him.
The popsicles.
I'm not admit or deny anything. Wait, no, I'll deny everything. Deny everything. That's my new slogan.
The guys that
didn't
come around
happen.
with,
Counter accusations.
Yeah, Fabian, don't you like those things?
I like when they come around with the little bell, the ding 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 ding. You know, like that's how you know the popsicle guy's coming.
Mm-hmm.
The paleta man, and it's only like 50 cents, right? And so the at the end of Whitey's trick, right? You know he's done because you're ding 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 ding.
Hey, wait a second. Is that like part of the economy that hasn't inflated? It's still 50 cents for a cup of fucking ice.
For a little popsicle, I mean maybe $1. I don't know,
Dude. Like last time I was in El Monte, I got like an elote, and it was like almost $2. It's like $1.50, $1.75. Like Jesus, inflation. What the fuck?
Yeah,
it used to be $1.
It used to be 50 cents. Then it was $1. Now it's like $2.
yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Inflation, motherfucker.
It's a lot of coin.
Goddamn Biden, man. Right, Isaac. Right.
Yeah. And then those colors, right, Potter?
Joey B. What do you call him, Potter? Joey B.
I don't call him fucking anything, Whitey.
Dude, we got to reference that.
He calls him Dad.
We need to reference that manifestation he wrote. We'll find it there.
We're gonna get Potter in so much trouble.
You just hear helicopters or something like that start to land in his fucking lawn.
I'll just say this, Potter. You're really lucky right now that you got your own business, you're your own boss, nobody to fire you, because we would have gotten you fired by now.
Yeah, no shit.
Possibly.
Well, if the fucking, the grooming business that doesn't pan out and you got to go somewhere else, you're fucked already. So sorry, dude.
These are permanent, dude. They're on Spotify forever.
This is gonna show up on the fucking background forever.
Oh yeah. Well, all right. I think we'll cut it here. Next time, Whitey, we got to get that challenge going, that beer challenge. Hopefully we can do it in person, so that's a little more fun. But we'll hopefully get Matt on too, But this has been a fun one as always. For everybody listening at home, I appreciate it. Thank you. Fuck you and good night. Subscribe to the Ignorance is Strength podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. Like, follow, and share on Facebook and Instagram at Ignorance is Strength Podcast, and on Twitter at The Ignorance Pod.